Hi, everyone. Welcome on YouTube. This is Janet Rangi. I love you so much for following and for subscribing. If you are new on this channel, welcome. We know there are many people coming on this channel, and you're welcome. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain, okay? Okay. As you can tell the title today, good news with embassy appointments. And I'm going to explain why shortly, briefly, because I know most of you want to go to work. So I'm not going to sit here and waste your time. Not waste, that is not a very good word. I'm not going to sit here and just take most of your time. So today we are going to learn what are some of the reasons not I think, but actually I have proof from US CIS. I've listened to them and I've seen the changes they are making. So this is to tell you why this video today is for you to do your applications as usual. Please do not be discouraged. Many of you, you've been so discouraged because appointments 2023, appointments 2024. So that is changing. Okay, that is changing from the horse's mouth. I have heard it myself. I've listened to their interviews and I know what they are planning and what they're actually doing. So there's nothing as good as listening to them. There's one thing about reading, and there's another thing of us actually seeing and listening to what they are saying. Okay. So, number one, this is what they are saying. They are starting to catch up with pre pandemic applications. Not every embassy, but they are catching up one embassy at a time. So, that was good news. So, pre pandemic levels in some of the visas, both temporary and immigrant permanent visas, they're trying to catch up. And in some cases, they say they've had a record-breaking season. They are saying some people actually are surprised to see that the embassy is getting back to them. Some people are surprised to see that their visas have been approved. They can't believe it. And so this is actually happening. So they are actively trying to work hard. And this is why, as I said in the video I did yesterday, they're hiring. And today I actually had in their interviews, and they say they're hiring more staff to deploy abroad in all the embassies, in most of the embassies, to catch up with these applications. But do you see how I said, you're allowed to go and apply if your visa has expired? Actually, they said in any category of visa, not just student or visiting. If you have any category of visa and you've ever been in the embassy before and it expired and you even changed to a new one, that surprised me. Let's say you have a student visa that expired and you want a visiting visa. It doesn't matter. You can actually renew that. That surprised me. You can apply for a different category and you do not still have to go hand in hand. Don't you think that is good news? Okay. So me, I thought if it's visiting visa, you really have to stick with visiting visa. If it was a student visa, you have to stick with a student visa. Of course, I am not the final person, but from my listening, that is what I heard them saying. That actually, so long as you've been in the embassy before and they approved your visa and now it has expired, it doesn't matter the category you are going in, probably they can approve. Okay, of course, every case is different, all right, because they can review those cases. And you ask, then Janet, how will we know which category you fall? And this is how they explain. And I thought that was a very good point. I love your comments. That I learned myself. So I was like, how do they say some can go face to face and some can be adjudicated without an appointment? This is what they are doing. So you see how I said in the video, they are employing more staff and they are giving overtime. So they have more people working remotely, meaning there are people here in America working. Okay. That means if you apply for renewal, you do not have to go face to face, but they have people working from home and they can look at your application and approve it. So that the people that actually need face to face, the embassy has enough space and staffing to take care of the ones who are face to face. I think that is very smart. That is why they say they are investing a lot in IT. Okay. So thank you so much with your comments. And, I'll come in the comments much later. I'll try and keep this very short. So don't you think that is good news? So the good news is embassy appointments are going to open up. If you're thinking of student visa, you're thinking of visiting visa, which I'll come and do videos on each visa and how to answer questions for each visa. So stay tuned, subscribe, hit the notification button, go to janetrangi.com. If you want student visa, of course, again, go janetrangi.com or go to janetrangi67@gmail.com. This time you do not have a bank, you do not need a bank statement. We'll help you get a bank statement, okay? We will help you get a bank statement. And by that, I don't mean, these things that people go there and do illegally. No, 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 no. So be careful with that. I should not say we'll get you bank statement. We'll help you with the funding process, how you'll pay. So from now on, you should not be a Janet Rangi follower and you're struggling. I don't have a bank statement. How will I prove? No, 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 no. You just come to us. We find a school and we get letters for you to take to the embassy that you have funding, okay? That is aside. Some of you are following me for the first time, so I have to say that. So pre-pandemic levels, they are hitting those. They are getting people, okay, enough people to come in, adjudicate on cases, especially those who had expired visas before and now they are reapplying in the same category or a different category. They are having staffing people to do it remotely from home so that the embassies have enough time to see the ones face to face. And they say now they are hitting good numbers. So that is a very good thing, okay? So if you didn't know that, no. Now, this is another good news that, sometimes, this is why I say data never lies. Numbers don't lie. If you are following me for a long, for the first time, I've done these things for a long time. And what I noticed is the comments I get from people and they come from the embassy. What I've noticed is by asking questions, real information from the embassy. And some of these things I come to the conclusion. For example, when I come on the videos and I say, guys, instead of waiting for your embassy appointment to come in 2024, 2023, why can't you travel outside your own country? And just yesterday, in the videos I've been doing this week and last week, I told you from experience, I haven't had anyone complaining that the embassy chased them away or the embassy questioned them why they were there. Today, I watched them and it confirmed all my answers. From the horse's mouth, themselves, I heard them saying that, hey, right now, you feel free. Listen to me. They said it. Now, if you take Janet Rangi word and do it without your research, that's up to you. Me, Janet will just tell you what she had for real, for real. Okay? They said, go to any embassy. I was so excited. I was clapping my hands so hard. You see how I tell you guys, East Africa, you have to have an East Africa passport. Don't stay in Nairobi. Go to Kampala, go to Dar es Salaam, go to Burundi, go to South Sudan. Guys, if you belong in the East African community, I was even limiting myself. Let me tell you now, I'm just telling you. If you are from Nigeria and there's an opening in Sudan, go. Okay, don't go to Janet. But that's what they said. And remember, I was saying, you know what? The embassy needs to clap hands for me. I remember saying to myself, why will the embassy in Nairobi be struggling and the embassy in Dar es Salaam is enjoying? The embassy in Kampala is enjoying. The embassy in Burundi is enjoying. And I heard that lady say, hey, if your country have 400 days and the other country has 7 days left, we are not going to question. We are just going to say, okay, it was the pandemic and I can't wait that long. So me, I thought my people are succeeding because they have the East African passport and they can go to the East African community countries. But from what I listened, they didn't even specify. And remember, yesterday I did a video and reminded you that immigration is federal law. So they go by federal law. And federal law is similar everywhere. And the way they send to the embassy, they're controlled by the federal government. And that's, controls all the embassies worldwide. Okay, so before, honestly, if you try to go to a different country, usually they have a problem to determine. In fact, most of the people that come on my pages, when they tell me what the experience was with the embassy in Europe, for example, they would say, well, go back to Africa because there they know you better. They know your family ties. They know your finances. They know how to make an assessment. Us here in Europe, we can't. Us here in Canada, we cannot. But lately, how many of you are in Middle East and you are going to Iraq, you are going to Dubai, you are going all those embassies, and I haven't heard you complaining. The only thing I've seen from experience is when you choose, I would rather choose that appointment myself and sometimes even follow up with a phone call before I take the plane. Because what is happening, some of you apply in Nairobi and then you choose to take a plane and go to a different country, and that can be risky. Instead of choosing the DS-160 for that particular country. And they said, how do you know? You go to the State Department, just the way I taught you guys. You check the waiting periods for each country and each embassy. And if you see one that is less, you can feel free to apply. Okay, so it was very reassuring for me to hear from them. And that's why I said this topic is good news today. Why is it good news? Because we are going back on the drawing board. Janet is going back to the drawing board the way I used to tell you. You cannot say, oh, an excuse. Or even if I apply now, who is there to wait until 2024? I've always told you they always fix problems. Now look, they have put in the money. They have requested money from Congress, actually, because usually they are fee basis. Immigration in America pays for itself. We pay so much not so much, but we do pay for our services, and they use that money for the services they give us. But they say there are some things that they waive a lot. For example, things like asylum, they waive fees. Refugees who come into the country, they are not expected to raise their own food and jobs until they settle down. They have to give them food, they have to give them housing. Okay, and so they said if they use their own financing, so they're asking Congress to step in and give them some of the funds, but usually they fund themselves 97%, and they only get 3% from the federal government. But now they've asked help from the government and they are going to get funds. So that is one way they are doing it. Another way is they are trying to look for this. Well, this was a very another interesting point. If you're here, if you're coming here very soon, if a work permit was good for 1 year, they are trying to extend the work permit to 2 years. So they are doing those little smart things to offset the time they have to be renewing. Every year they are renewing. And in fact, from experience, this one I saw myself. Okay. For people who are coming to me, by all means, of course, your intent has to be a visiting visa, which I learned something about a visiting visa. I was watching someone, former embassy officer, saying that one of the reasons people come for visiting visa is to learn about schools. I was like, oh, okay, yes, I love that. I've always told my followers, you know what? If you come on a visiting visa and you want to change that visa to student, when you are stating the reason, you can always say, well, I came to visit Disneyland. I came to see Mount Rushmore. But during my 3 months of touring, I have met good schools. I've come through good schools and I've seen good things. And I was very surprised to hear him say that. So meaning when you are changing status, you can always quote that you came across good schools, or you can go to the embassy and say the reason is to go and do your studies, not to study, but to visit. You have to use the right language. You have to think like a lawyer. These people follow the law. You cannot be coming for a visiting visa and you are using things like to teach, to study, to work. Never. It has to be to visit. Every visa, to study for F1 visa. Okay, so that's what they said, and that's what I've noticed with my people. And if you come here on a visiting visa, your intent has to be visiting. But of course, Janet helps people change of status. Again, you just come to janetrangi67@gmail.com. I will show you the way to change so you can have more benefits on student visa. And what I noticed there is that, remember how I used to tell you, oh, there's a lot of remember, but you can go down here and watch my videos because I have so many videos. I used to tell people, okay, you have to give them the intent. But even with that, usually you can have a visa, but each time you come at the port of entry, the I-94, write down. I-94 record is the record that shows the entry and departure record. Okay, and it's 6 months. So if you change status and it takes that long to change status, you have to extend, because if you don't hear from them, their response, whether they're admitting you to go to school or not, you have to depart the country to stay in good hands. But right now, the schools are not asking for that. In fact, they are just, so long as they change for you, you're good. Again, confirm with your school, confirm with your lawyers, confirm. Janet is not the final word. What Janet says, she gives you the information and what's going on so you can take advantage of everything. So that is just a perfect example of the things they are doing to reduce the workload, but still stay safe. They say number one is to still keep the law. Number two is to still maintain security. Okay, but other than that, they know that some of the things will take Congress. It takes the act of Congress, which is very, very extremely difficult to change. And so they have to make adjustment using these little, things like, let's extend the work permit instead of 1 year to 2 years or 3. That way we reduce the workload. Instead of them, every time they change status, they have to send us a form to extend. No, once they change status, let them sit back and wait for us. So those are some of the interesting things going on. And why am I excited? Because we are going to go back to normal. We are going to start school applications again without fear of timing. We are going back again to visiting visa, which is becoming a popular thing on my website. I'm getting many people asking me to help them with a visiting visa, which I am doing very effectively now. And then now that opening appointments are opening up, that's exciting. Medical visas are also catching up. Okay, people are coming for their help if they have sick ones, and that I enjoy because that is my profession. It's very easy for me to talk to the doctors in America and interpret what the doctor in Kenya is saying. That one I love because it's part of my job. I can easily see through, you cannot, if I see your case, I can just say, no, this one, of course, doctors in your country can treat. I'm that smart to know that those ones, this one they can treat and this one they cannot. So it's easy for me to navigate and get a letter for you and prove to the embassy that there was a good reason for you to actually leave your country and come to America based on the writing. When I write letters to the clinic, they just approve. Okay. And it's because I'm, that is my area. So I'm having a lot of success in that. So this is exciting times. We have been very, very patient. And even people are calling me and saying, Janet, my appointment was next year. But now they call me and said, okay, we can come in October. So those things are happening. So no more excuses. We need to start all over again. We need to go on the drawing board. Good news all over. So that is a very, very exciting moment for all of us. Okay. So any questions? Did I forget anything? So you understand remote appointments versus the in-person. And this is a good point. I like that. Especially when they're here in America, there's just something that they follow. Even there, they are still Americans, but they get influenced the way you think. They get bombarded, and sometimes I don't know. I think they still follow the law, even if you're there, from my experience. But it was nice to know that there are people working remotely because they will go by what the law tells them. And so it's very important for you to put those items, the things I tell you to listen to me. And it's very exciting. I'll go back to data and doing this work for a long time. Every time I listen to those people from the embassy, I just I feel like I know them, like this is what I tell my people. If they tell me, like the one was saying the reasons to say about visiting visa, and they kept on quoting the law that I have always told you here, that the assumption is you'll come to America and not go back. So they keep on repeating that. And they say, what is the reason? In fact, I just did a Facebook video the other day, and I was telling people, when you're quoting, you're going for graduation, can you describe a little bit, what is that relationship? And what are your home ties? Like exactly what is going to take you back? That is what they want to hear the most, not necessarily what is bringing you. But actually, after you come, what is your intent of going back? Okay, and usually visiting visa is kind of the easiest because you don't have to be proving a lot of monetary or studies or schools or bank statements. So that visa, I like it. I'm starting to become excited for visiting visa again. I'm starting to get excited with student visas because my people do not have to be worrying about bank statements. Okay, of course, you come to janetrangi67@gmail.com. We can help you with that. What else are we helping with? Canada applications for permanent residency. People in the medical field, you can come for an assessment to see if your profession is on demand. Okay, that one I'm having very good success, very quick. If you're a lab technician listening to me, I am doing it very quick. Okay, so long as we meet the requirements that we are looking for the English and application for credential evaluation. Okay, we are delivering as fast as 2 weeks. And when I say 2 weeks, it means they've accepted your paperwork for permanent residency. And they send a letter that, congratulations, you've been invited to apply for permanent residency. But step 2 is where now the work begins. That's why when people come and say, can you do this? Oh, by the way, caregivers, NASAID. Oh, Janet, I can do NASAID. What paperwork do you have? If you are convinced that you have a NASAID experience and you can show the paperwork, yes, I will help you. What you cannot do is to think like you can get away with these things, because they will invite you for permanent residency and then now they'll want to see the papers. You told us you are NASAID. What do you have to show? Okay, so things are becoming exciting. Okay, it was nice to hear that they are going by the law and everything, and they have started reaching pre-pandemic levels. So if you're one person waiting for fiancé visa, go on the website. Whatever time they quote is going to be true. Okay, unless something drastic happens in the pandemic, which let me speed myself, like, no, we don't want any pandemic again. But if things continue with the same trajectory and the vaccines are working, okay, we are going to have lower waiting periods going forward. Especially now, America will come back with heavy technology. I think it's going to become even much better because now they've adapted to the changes. Wherever they learned, they said, actually, this is what they say. What we learned during the pandemic, we are doubling on what worked. We are even working hard on what worked and using those methods. Because before they were saying people will have to go through the computer and then come and do, someone has to actually come to work and do paperwork. And they've reviewed all those things and seen that there are things that the computer can do. And they are saving that time for the person to make the final decision. That is what they are working on. They're like, let this person do the final decision. But if computers can do most of the work, let it do. So don't you think those are good news? Share in the comments if you think Janet has just shared good news. Okay, hiring is happening, overtime is happening, they are working remotely, they are saving those who the only ones who need to go face to face. The rest they are trying to do with they apply for their paperwork remotely. Okay, and they're asking for more money from Congress. So they are doing all these good things. So Janet Rangi people can come to America. Janet Rangi people can go to Canada. Welcome if you are new on this page, okay? I know you're surprised. This is not a hoax. And thank you for your support for many years. Let me go. But let me tell you something that happened to me from experience. When I first started these pages, okay, when I started doing this about 6 years ago, of course, YouTube I used to come and disappear. But on Facebook especially, there is a time I remember doing a video, and I'm telling you, half of the comments were hoax, not true, scammer, hoax. So we've come a long way. Now look on YouTube, look on Facebook. Everyone now is becoming like the whole world. We love technology. Now everyone is trying to give very good information, quality information, and that is change. That is good change. And we are having less people being scammed. People are now learning how to do research. They are learning how to question. They are learning not to go by desperation. They are learning that people that look like you, sound like you, can just give quality information, and you can learn to trust them and know they do not have to be scammers. Okay. And so I had to dig through and go through that pain. For many years, I would look at the comment, however painful it is, and I had just to brush it. I was giving good information like this. And let's say that the likes were almost 30% and the haters were 70%. Now things have switched, meaning we have come a long way. We are accepting. We are now knowing that to research. We are now knowing that success for the neighbor is success for everyone. If Janet succeeds, you're succeeding. If I make you successful, you'll be successful. All of us succeed. So that is just the exciting way of looking at things. I'm so excited for us, especially from the Sunshine Continent. We are coming a long way and we are now improving. I love it. So I rarely even hear anyone saying scammer. I rarely hear people saying hoax. I have a guy who is finishing nursing school in Minnesota. He came from Kenya. And that was his testimony. He said, Janet, one of those Facebook videos I listened in 2017. Okay, I went to the embassy. He's a lawyer. And he came here. Now he's finishing school. And he told me, Janet, I have a job already. They are paying for me fees. And they keep on checking on me to make sure, I'm passing my exams. Because he already signed a contract and he's ready to get a green card. He told me, Janet, I believed what you told me. That's why I'm here. But my friends say, don't listen to her. She's a hawk. She's lying. You see, when you are so much in the dark, you can't see light. But I'm so excited that most of us are now seeing light. It's very exciting. Can you imagine 20 years from now if we continue with this trajectory? So I'm very excited. Okay, let me look at the comment section and then I'll let you go. Have a good week ahead, my friends. Mercy, hello, Janet. Obina, good. Who is that? Moranga, hi, Janet. Your first name was so hard. Precious. Good news indeed. I'm praying for my tourism visa, hoping to talk to you soon, Janet. I need more help. Good. Be in touch. Francis, what about DV Lottery? Stay tuned. And I did a video which is catching fire down here, of course. It's coming in October. And I did a video on fiscal year. Okay. Samuel is like, hi, Janet. Okay, who is that? What about if you have applied and you got denied? How is it going to be if you're applying for a tourist visa again? You just try. Sometimes I tell people, come, we evaluate what went wrong. But the visa officers, this is what I heard. They say, try and make it right the first time. And they say people don't prepare. I like that sentence. People don't prepare because they are taking a chance on their first time. And the embassy officials say, anytime you deny yourself the first chance, you just make it harder each time. Because they keep on questioning, why was she denied the first time? There must have been something. And the key here is to try as much as possible to get the first time. And how do you get it? By not taking a chance. Our people take chances a lot. Trust me, I know that from experience. I've seen people trying to save $100, $99 for a lifetime of happiness. It's crazy, but it happens. That's where we come from. But you know what? It's going to change. The more we talk about these things, the easier it gets. Okay. And I'm from Nigeria. Sahid, how nice. Nice to meet you from Nigeria. Which city? Lagos or Abuja or some of the smaller ones? Elizabeth Sasa Mrembo, looking good kama kawa. Very nice. Thank you so much. Caroline, hey Caroline, you are a good follower. Terry, hey Janet, I'm back though I've been watching your videos. Okay, say thank you so much, Terry. Okay, God bless you. Great forever. Wow, Terry, I'll be waiting for your contacts. Greetings, Janet. Alupo a call. Okay, and I'm going. Who else has a comment? I'm lucky I got you live today. Very nice. Okay, who is the next one? Karambo, hi Janet. In regards to student visa appointments, will the dependent visa spouse F2 need to be present at the appointment? If you applied for them, yes. Yes. And I don't care even if they say kids don't go. I have a client in Nigeria who was denied a visa, and I think he had a very high chance of getting the visa, but they told her, where are the kids? They told him, where are the kids? Because if you look on the embassy website, they say kids under 13 don't have to be there. But when they went to the embassy said no. So that surprised me also. But I had told them, just take the children and be on the sidelines. Okay, just reach there. When they open the gates, they will let you know whether to take the kids. If not, leave the kids with the babysitter in the car. But they trusted their instincts and left the kids. Okay, but no. Any applicant has to show up. If babies go, you have to go for the yes. Okay. Uy, what are you saying? I want my child to be born in the US. How do I go about that? What do you mean? You cannot come here intentionally with that. We cannot say that even aloud. I remember when I was in California, there was a scheme that they caught people from China doing that. They even had a maternity ward where they were taking money from people from China, and then they had a business as if they're coming for visiting visa. Then they realized all women were coming pregnant. I was still a student in UCLN. It was on the news. So you cannot say that as the intent. Will you come here and you happen to be pregnant? Yes. But is it the intent? No. Okay. But, thank you for that clarification. When we are online, especially people from Africa, we have to be careful what we say. They kind of scrutinize a little bit heavy on us because they think we are not straightforward. So the more we are careful with what we ask, the better. Okay. All right. I love you, Uy. Okay. Thank you, Janet, for always giving these tips. Very nice. Okay, Gladys. Peter, watching you, Janet, in a matatu, headed to work. Wow, you're very determined, Peter. Okay, thank you. Alupo, Janet, I'm organizing to contact you. I am a nurse. Very nice. We do Canada and we do America too. We assist. We don't apply. It's very clear on my website. Okay. And the embassy is also having formal appointments. So if you want, you can come and I'll connect you to them. Okay. If you want the embassy people to people that have worked in the embassy for over 20 years, not 20 years, they say they've given over 1 million visas. Okay. So we are becoming many. Me, I was just excited to see former embassy people join business, Janet business. I was kind of alone in this field. So for me to see retired embassy officials, that should give you confidence in the service I make. Okay. America is about business. Okay. So do not be scared. Janet has taken all the beatings on your behalf. Okay. So please feel free to go to janetrangi.com. Again, we assist, we do not fire. And if you need to be trained by an embassy official, an American citizen who was in the embassies giving these visas before, make sure you do that. From this video, again, some of you will take a chance. And that person clearly said that try not to be denied the first time. But from experience, I've seen people go 2, 3, 4, 5 times and they're asked what changed. And so we'll take you to those people. Me, I will sign you up gladly with those American citizens. I will send you to them and we'll book for you an appointment. Okay? So please don't take a chance in your life. Okay? All right. And they say the same thing that I said. Just because you watch Janet Rangi videos about the embassy, that is general information. But you as an individual, we are able to pick where the problem. Oh, that man just speaks like Janet. Okay? Okay. So, all right. Terry, I was feeling well, my dear. I will send an email today. Okay, I was not feeling well. All right, thank you. Okay, someone say good morning, Janet from South Africa. Very nice to meet you. Okay, another one is I have an appointment with you tomorrow. Very good. I wish I talked to you today. I wish I can talk to you after this video, but anyway, I have to shower and go to bed. Okay, the website is just to show interest. We always come back and find a time that works for both of us. Okay, I had booked a visa appointment at the Dar es Salaam and go January 24th, but from Kenya, and now Kenya has opened up and one can get November, December pay. What can I do, or just wait? Janet from Kenya. Yeah, so if you chose Dar es Salaam, unless you go and delete that and pay afresh, because they say transfers are not easy. Okay, yeah, but you can call them and ask, but that's what I think. You cannot confuse the system. Alternative, because you can't go to Nairobi anyway, because you don't have an appointment. So unless you cancel that and come on this way, or you pay for two, you go in December and hopefully you gain December. It's, you know, that's what I will do. If not, just wait. Okay, it's a morning from my side. Belong since I got you live, but watching your videos. Thank you for the information. Thank you so much, guys. That's Monday. If I don't pronounce your name right, thank you. Evans Lubanga. Thanks, Janet. I've studied psychology online 1 semester for Canadian University. I look forward to get help so that I move to Canada soon. I will need your help. Very nice. We are more than willing to help you, Evans. Okay. Lillian, what are you saying? Hi, Janet. Great job. Thank you. And watching from South Africa, you are knowledgeable about what you tell us. Thank you. Very good. Yeah, you have to have command of these subjects, and people can tell. The audience can tell. Okay, when you do this for a long time, you can see even me when I'm talking, when the embassy talks, I feel like they're talking things that I've said over and over and over again. I don't see any contradictions. The power of research, the power of listening from the mouth of the source. You know, what has helped me over the years, I never went and just listened to a YouTuber and come and copied what the YouTuber was saying. What if they were lying? So if I did videos on Canada, I went to Canada.ca and actually studied. I went to USCIS and actually did a study, went to the State Department, combined with my life in America, combined with customers going and coming, giving free information and collecting data. And so now that knowledge becomes very refined and it becomes correct. But if you start with shortcuts, you'll always be shortcuts. You try doing what I'm doing, one question here will throw you off. It's because you did not study broadly. If you study broadly, you can shoot any question, you can make here and there, you can easily train people. Any question you ask me how to approach the embassy, I'm more likely to be accurate the way I will answer it. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that comment. Hello, Janet. If I apply and my wife apply, we're supposed to use a different photographs. What do you mean? No, you use the same photographs. So long as it meets the qualifications. It's not like you're trying to trick them. Are you trying to trick them? No. Do they know that you will apply for your wife and your children? Yes. Do they know that the wife will apply with the children? Yes. So that is legal. So you can't trick them. So in that case, using the same photographs makes sense. I hope I answered your question, Dennis. Okay, I'm free if you can now. Okay. What time is it? It's past midnight. Tomorrow. I'll be in touch. Okay. All right. Text me on WhatsApp. Say I have an appointment. But normally, I think I wrote to you. I'll check. Hey, Miss Janet, I can get admission in a community college after spending 12 years since I finished high school. Yes, we can get you actually. My applications are 100%. I get. Crossing the embassy, you'll need coaching. Okay. And I have answers for that. Why you waited that long. Finding you live for the first time. Yes, Kipruto T. Thank you for the info from Kenya. Thank you so much. And PG showed up. PG, I was wondering where you've been. At least you came. Better late than never. I applied for an associate degree. Can I tell the embassy I intend to proceed to university? If they ask. I mean, they will ask you why that degree. You can use that opportunity to say it's a stepping stone to the next level. Okay. I'm waiting for coaching, Janet. Please, by all means, if you've never been to the embassy, don't take a chance. Start thinking progressively. Start thinking like other countries. Start thinking in investing. No, you've not lost money. And I know sometimes, and I'm going, sorry, I passed 30 minutes, so well, I might as well. When it comes to these appointments, there's a time I used to do like $59.99, and then taxes, fees. You guys don't forget that website. If you see, it's Janet, but I don't control money security systems. They're controlled by world class information. So the technology expert goes and takes the technology from the financial industry and plugs in my website. And for every transaction, there are fees. For every transaction, there are taxes. And so if you leave me with $30 and you expect me to make an application, you have to explain to me in America or Canada, whom most of us who make your applications are here, why we should sit on the computer and not go work in Walmart or not go in the hospital and get $120 an hour. And still, the reason why I try to give competitive rates better than even home is because I vlog and I can have more customers to offset that. But always think like, I know some of you never think like that, but it's time for you to think like that, okay? Okay? And that's why I do videos for self-help, so you can do it yourself. Okay? But to question time, you cannot question our time. Here, time is money. Because for me to sit here in this house, I could be making $120 an hour. Yes, my profession allows me that. And don't even talk about my brand. What you don't know, my brand is much more than that. Okay? And I'm not lying to you. My 30 minutes are worth 5,000 US dollars if I was to come and market on that page. So please understand that kind of mindset, okay? Okay. If you expect someone in Canada or America to make an application, what you're telling them, leave that job from Walmart, sit down on this computer for 3 hours and do a DS 160 with me. Am I making sense? I love you, I love you, I love you. It has taken me long to say this, but sometimes I think when you open up, customers tend to understand these things very well because we have options. We do have options, okay? That's why you want to come to America, is to get the options we have, okay? All right, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'm going. Irene, very nice. I love Irene, just puts all her efforts. I can't wait to see you succeed. I love you, Irene. Hey guys, came to USA last year. I have been taking 18 credit hours and I'm happy to say I'm graduating in 3 years, 2023, all thanks to Janet. Wow. Testimonials, and thank you for listening to me 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Now they are there, those who are laughing and saying, hoax, scammer. No more. We have ashamed the devil by sticking to the mission. Okay, because someone has to be a pioneer in any society. Okay, what we are doing on these pages is empowering. Every individual is empowered, is better than any scholarship any organization can give to two of you. Okay, have you heard people saying the aid kept the Sunshine Continent dormant? It's true. If you do not train the mind to think like everyone else, it's the worst thing that can ever. There's a common saying in there's an African American community. They have a saying that the mind is a terrible thing to waste when they are giving scholarships. Okay, I now understand, Janet. PG, thank you. Now you understand. Okay, I need to come there as a truck driver. How will I make it? Of course, and you have to have that license. If you send us your resume on the internet, what I do, I go to those people that apply for truck drivers, a green card. Okay, and then if they take you, then I'll come back to you. Okay, and tell you that the position is available. What you forget is we have to prove. If you come to America, you have to prove to America that you're a nurse. So we cannot take shortcuts. If you have those qualifications, by all means. Okay, but some of you want to come here and do tracking, which means come through other means and study and see if you can see good things and then stay. That's why a visiting visa is here, right? Okay, and say plus members, thumbs up for Janet. Thank you so much. Okay, Steve, contact her on her Gmail. She helps. Thank you. Okay, can you get to me a good bank statement when I'm from a humble background? I should organize my own. No, we don't find bank statements from anywhere, but we can find you loans if you have good education. Okay, again, this is a... Hey, by the way, don't feel bad. It's not just us. I follow all forums. All these questions you're asking, I see them in Indian forums. I see them on Chinese forums. I see them in Philippine forums. So don't feel bad. Okay, but some of these things, think when you're asking because they want to see genuine things. Okay, genuine information. And Janet is working so hard to correct our thinking. There are things you can ask here. There are things you cannot. Okay, yeah. But feel free, again, it's not just us. I know we are innocent, okay? Okay, Peter, but we can help you apply. Okay, you don't need a bank statement. You can get loans, and we can organize for that. And the loan company will write letters, and you take to the embassy that you have a loan to take care of your education. Exciting times. Where else can you find this? If you don't take advantage of this, I don't know. It's up to you. If you don't want to come to America, don't listen to what Janet is saying. If you want to come, listen to what Janet is saying. Okay? Janet, if my bank statement is showing I did take a loan, although I have enough funds, can they? Visiting visa is just Uber and a hotel. You guys worry too much. Think that even the embassy doesn't care. Do you have money that can pay the ticket and pay a hotel, or is someone going to take care of your eating and food and room and board? Okay, Janet Rangi 67@gmail.com. Go back and on this video, write that and come to us if you need help. It's my prayer, and I'm working hard on it, but that by the end of this year or early 2023, I'll be in USA to do nursing. Congratulations, Lucy. Okay, and Cardinal, what are you saying? Do you have any idea about the MAVNI program? Is there chances of it opening? I don't know anything about that. Okay, but thank you so much, guys. Have a very, very wonderful week. Thank you for participating in today's forum. I didn't expect the quorum to come today. It's a Monday, but I'm so happy that you came. My goal is to leave you better than you found me. Merci beaucoup. Muchas gracias. Asanteni. Kwaherini. Zikomo. Until the next video. What, Caroline, are you saying? How long does it take to finish a nursing course in the university if you have a bachelor's degree, not nursing related from your home country? You are talking of accelerated nursing, some 1 year, some 15 months. But you have to add the time it takes you to prepare, which we call prerequisites. How long will it take you to do prerequisites? That is how you determine. I'm a banker for 16 years in Kenya, meaning 15 plus something. 3, what can you use to come? Are you looking for student visa? Again, all your resumes we can evaluate and come back to you. Come in the website, janetrangi67@gmail.com. West Nile Situation Room. Janet, from 2019, I've been following you. I'm really convinced that you have answers to my queries. I'm ready for the platinum package coming very soon. Welcome. I'm glad you're finally making. And by the way, wake up and do those things before the rates go high. Because the more time I put in those, and I have to get people in America to make these applications, again, I have to convince those people why they should sit on the computer for hours and not go get that money somewhere else. But I love you. I love you. Yes, thank you so much. We'll be looking forward to helping you, Situation Room, okay? Evans, the bank statement and funding was the obstacle for me not to move to Canada, though the school had sent me a letter. Okay. Oh, Janet, I'm very lucky today to catch you. Rose, very nice to see you. I love you. Please, I have your email. I'm in the same boat with you. Thank you, PG. Okay. Hello, Janet. I want to ask, unlock my DS 2060 on 2106 and resubmit on this. Will this affect? No, I mean, they allowed you to open. What did you do in there is what matters. Don't worry too much. These people are human. They go by the law. Okay. Jemima, thank you, Janet. See you in America soon and see you. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next video. Have a good week ahead. Okay, I'll have to end this, and good luck. Subscribe. The new ones, welcome. Okay, thank you so much, and bye-bye. Mm-hmm.